Hello and welcome to my Pokemon Legends Arceus series. This is episode 1. Welcome to my realm. Okay. It is well that thou art here. I am that which humans call Arceus. Now I wish to know thine appearance. Yeah, I think we'll go brown hair. I think we'll go bottom right. What is thy name? Very official. Phoenix, as always. Yep, that's fine. Phoenix. Soon thou shalt find thyself in a world strange to thee. A world inhabited by wondrous creatures that humans call Pokemon. Phoenix. Seek out all Pokemon, and thou shalt find me once more. A very odd entity there. Very different. And so the story begins. Wake up. Oh, do wake up, won't you? Are you alive, my boy? I do see 3 little Pokemon. You gave me quite the shock falling from the sky like that. But thank goodness you seem unharmed. Who are you? Where am I? Why, this is Prelude Beach, of course. Dear me, did the shock of your fall somehow addle your memory? I must say your clothing is unusual. You wouldn't happen to have an acquaintance in these parts, would you? I doubt it. I see. You seem to be in a bit of a pickle. Might I offer some directions? Do you have somewhere around here you could stay? No, nowhere. So you don't know anyone here and you don't even know where to spend the night? Well, this is a proper pickle indeed. Are you quite sure you'll be able to survive? Somehow, I guess. We'll manage. I see. Well, no gentleman would abandon a person in such need. That's very kind of you. See a Syndicate, a Rowlet, and an Oshawott. Oh my, I had completely forgotten. I had just caught up to these runaway Pokemon when you tumbled out of the sky. It's almost as if they knew you'd appear. Ah, but do you even know what a Pokemon is? Of course I do. Ah, that's a relief. Though you fell from the sky, it seems we might have some common ground, eh? Yes, well, these three Pokemon belong to me, mysterious creatures that they are. Oh yes, and what might your name be? Oh, it's Phoenix, yes. Oh, so you're called Phoenix. That name has quite the ring to it. I imagine it must have some lovely meaning. It's a long story. But I do apologize, I haven't even introduced myself. My name is Laventon. I'm something of a Pokemon professor. That is to say, I'm a scholar seeking to deepen the understanding of Pokemon. Yes, Pokemon such as these three here. Oh, blast and bother, my darling Pokemon. Why must you run from me again? I'm terribly sorry. But do you think you could help me round them up? I beg you. Wait, you three. Wait. So I guess we get to choose out of those three. I'm definitely kind of partial towards a Cyndaquil. But I think that'd be the obvious choice. I was going to say this looks pretty awesome, to be honest. I'm coming from the last series playing a Generation 1 1999 release. So this scenery is definitely a huge upgrade from the last one. Sparkly. There's a glowing beeping object over there, okay. You found something that resembles a phone. Hey, we got an upgrade. It's probably a phone, but it's changed shape. You feel a strange power connected to it. A message appeared on the screen. I bestow upon thee this Arc phone, and thy mission seek out all Pokemon. It should be easy enough, right? I mean, there can't be that many, only a couple of hundred or so. Alas, yet another miss. Aha, I'm glad you've come to my rescue, my new friend from the sky. I tried catching my little runaways by tossing some Pokeballs thy way, but I'm not the best at this sort of thing, you see. Poor Laventon. I'd love to give you a go, but perhaps I should tell you a bit about these three first. Now that one is a Rowlet. Rowlet can photosynthesize like a plant, and apparently it battles using its sharp feathers. That one over there is Cyndaquil. The fire burning on Cyndaquil's back will flare up whenever it is surprised or irate. The Pokemon near the pond is Oshawott. Oshawott naps while floating on the water, and it can battle using its shell-like object on its belly. I kinda like the look of Oshawott. Oh my, I nearly forgot to cover the most crucial thing, how to go about catching Pokemon. Here you are, my boy, Pokeballs. Throw these at Pokemon to catch them. 50? We'll only come for 3. A mysterious ball that can be thrown at wild Pokemon in order to catch them. These balls can be crafted by hand if you gather the necessary materials. So it seems we can craft. But I don't want to give an explanation. Well, I do apologize. Now, I've mentioned already that Pokemon are strange, marvelous creatures. What's so strange about them, you ask? Well, each and every Pokemon is able to shrink itself down to a minuscule size. And that's where Pokeballs come in. Pokeballs are a recent invention, you see. Throw one of them at a Pokemon and... why, the Pokemon will shrink down and fit inside the ball, comfy as can be, and with that, you've caught a Pokemon. I know we've just met, but I'm afraid I've no one else to turn to. I'd be awfully grateful if you could catch my 3 runaways. Now, the proper technique is to take aim at the Pokemon, then let the ball fly. It's quite simple, though far be it from me to say so, I suppose, given my own dire lack of skill in this area. Oh, he looks so sad. Pokemon can be caught by throwing Pokeballs at them. Hold down the ZR button to ready a Pokeball and take aim. You can keep moving around as you do, so use the right stick to adjust your angle. So now throw a Pokeball. If it hits a Pokemon, you may be able to catch it. If you've readied a Pokeball, do not want to throw it, press the B button. Okay, easy enough. Come on then, I'll show up. Yeah, it's not too hard. Oh, wonderful, you've caught a Pokemon. It seems you've quite the knack for this Pokemon catching business, Phoenix. Jolly useful skill to have around here. Only 2 of my darling runaways left now. Still, this is most unusual. You don't seem fearful of Pokemon in the slightest. Yeah, we've probably caught a few thousand. I can hardly believe it, Phoenix. Incredible. You know, many people fear to even approach Pokemon, never mind catch them. Bravo, indeed. Just one more go. One more to go. Let's wrap this up sharpish, okay? And we have Cyndaquil. Bop. Ah yes, I'm afraid that can happen. Pokeballs are hardly 100% foolproof. Give it another go, old boy. Bop. There we go. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, what a relief to have them all back. You see, these 2 Pokemon you caught have only just arrived at the village to help with our research. They won't yet listen to anyone. As I mentioned, they bolted from the village almost as if they knew you'd come falling. But I must say, Phoenix, I was taken aback by how well you used those Pokeballs. How is it that you catch Pokemon so ably when you've only just arrived here? One can't help but think there's a reason you appeared here, and now. Maybe this has something to do with it? Seek out our Pokemon. That object is an arc phone, you say? On our device, could it be guiding you somehow? If you'll indulge me for a moment, there's something I'd like to share with you. You see, I have a dream to compile the region's first complete record of its Pokemon. We in the field call such a catalogue a Pokédex. Yes, a proper Pokédex is a wonderful work of research containing detailed records of all the Pokemon to be found in the region. But in order to properly document Pokemon, one must of course catch them. And therein lies the rub, I'm afraid. Pokeballs have only just been invented, and not many have mastered the skill. Okay. Enter you, a person with a clear talent for catching Pokemon. Your goal is to seek out every Pokemon, and mine is to have all those Pokemon caught. A situation ripe for teamwork, don't you agree? Come on now, what you say? Shall we help one another out, my boy? Well, it sounds like a one-sided affair, I'm not gonna lie. Come on now, what do you say? Nah, go on then. Then whoever and wherever you may be, I welcome you with open arms. Oh, whoever. We've a Pokédex to complete. First things first, let's get these Pokemon back to the village. Well, let's see this village. Then we'll sort out your lodgings and find you some proper clothes, okay? Follow me then, onward to Jubilife Village. Oh, so I'm guessing this is like an early Jubilife city. Thank you for your tireless work, keeping us safe, my good guardsman. This young man was of great assistance to me and my Pokemon, so I hope you'll forgive my bringing him to the village for a bit. He doesn't seem too fussed. I think we'll be alright. That looks pretty cool, to be fair. I love this cinematic approach. Not sure about this guy's hat though. This way, if you please. It looks pretty warm. I mean, why are we wearing a woolly hat? Jubilee Village. It's come a long way thanks to the fine people of the Galaxy Expedition Team. This road we're on now is known to the locals as Canala Avenue. The village was built scarcely 2 years ago. There's much to do yet and not many to do it. And since we know so little of the local Pokemon, people hesitate to set foot outside of the village. Now that impressive building up ahead of us is Galaxy Hall headquarters for this entire outfit. Okay, that is a pretty impressive building. I mean, if you put as much work into the huts as you did that building, you'd be onto a winner. I need to go and report that we successfully recovered the escaped Pokemon. Might ask you to wait for me at the canteen? Sounds like a plan. Just past this bridge here, then to the left, the Wallflower it's called, okay? I'm not sure if we can read that right in, but your arc phone is beeping. Somehow it seems to show you where you need to go next. Well, that helps. Use the minus button to help view the map on your arc phone. You can consult the map for guidance to your next destination and information on your mission. You'll also see guidance markers when you're out exploring or running around the village. If you're not sure where to go next, stop and look around in all directions to try to spot one of these markers. Easy enough. Oh well, yeah, quite easy when they're right in the middle of your screen. An unfamiliar land. Head to the Wallflower, okay? Well now, aren't you awfully suspicious? Says the guy with a green mustache and a green beard. The Wallflower for Galaxy Team folk only. We don't have seats for outsiders. Move along. That's not very kind. Maybe it was the green mustache comment. Who are you? I've never seen anyone dressed like you. What, if you're attacked by a Pokemon, you'd be mincemeat in those flimsy clothes. If the guard let you through, you must have ties with somebody in the village. Perhaps you met Professor Lavington? He's a scholar from a faraway place. His Pokemon do get away from him at times, though. It makes me a bit worried for him. I suppose I'm hardly one to talk. I've had some trouble with Pokemon myself. I was hit by a Pokemon move called Thundershock not too long ago and had to take to my bed. But the Professor, well, I do wonder how long he'll last. Yeah, I kinda get that. Unfortunately, it's just as Akari says, I'm a clumsy sort of fella, to put it mildly. Professor? But everything will be quite alright now. Phoenix here has agreed to help us with our Pokedex. Excuse me? You plan to appoint him to the Survey Corps? You can't just slap a badge on whoever you like without Captain Silene's permission. I'll allow it. Captain Silene? A very stern looking woman. Assuming the individual can contribute to the Survey Corps, that is. I'm the captain of a Galaxy Team Survey Corps. You may call me Silene. Professor Lavington has told me how you helped secure his Pokemon when they slipped his control, and now it seems he would like us to feed and house you in exchange for your ongoing labor. You look to be 15 or so. Quite old enough to work for your keep. Yeah, I can do that. But we can't simply take on a stranger who wanders in among us without any idea of their skills or origins. Tomorrow we shall see if you can prove yourself worthy. Most reasonable decision, Captain. Now, would you take care to join us for a meal? I'm sure you've got plenty of questions for our visitor. Nah, that's quite alright. I prefer to eat alone. Okay. Aloof as always, I see. Yeah, she seems kind of a different one. Well, no matter. The rest of us can share a meal and some pleasant company. Benny or Tim, the usual potato mochi if you please, but make it for 3 today. Yeah, he's not going to be happy about that. Wonderful stuff, Benny, much obliged. Your potato mochi never failed to please. Professor Lamington, where exactly did you meet our visitor here? Ah, well, you know, of that great hole in the sky? The one people call a space-time rift, and your friend fell right out of it. You can't be serious. Come on now, I am a scientist. My job is to observe and explain all phenomena, any and all phenomena. Now, we already know there are many Pokemon here in the Hisui region. That there are in the grass, in forest, by water, or wherever they like. Our job as a survey corps is to research them and find what kind of creatures they are. Well, we know this much. Pokemon are terrifying creatures. It's all but impossible to know what kinds of powers they might possess or what sort of wondrous things they can do. But that's where Phoenix will come in. He successfully caught 3 Pokemon, 3 of them in quick order, you understand? Nobody in the Galaxy team is capable of feats such as that. This means we can finally begin our Pokemon research in earnest. 3? We have a hard time enough catching even one more Pokemon coming after us. Ah, well, to be perfectly fair, the Pokemon that fled to the beach weren't on the attack, but the key to catching Pokemon is getting close enough to aim your Pokeball well, and it seems our new friend is fearless enough to do just that. Does the survey corps really have the leeway to be enjoying a leisurely meal with this outsider? Your captain just ordered 10 whole portions of potato mochi, you know. The slow progress on that Pokedex of yours clearly has her on edge. I'm sure we'll start to rein in the good captain's stress eating soon enough. Now, have your fill, Phoenix. And think, if you make it to the Galaxy team, you'll never have to worry about a meal again. The team provides for all its members' needs, even if said members fell out of the sky. That's handy. That was quite delicious indeed. Yes, the food was lovely, but more importantly, do you remember that Phoenix has a trial to pass to join the survey corps, don't you? Not to worry, I have complete confidence in Phoenix's skills. Let's hope it is not misplaced. Phoenix, was that? For tonight, at least we'll provide you with a place to sleep. You may use our quarters there. But if you fail to pass the trial we put to you tomorrow, you must move on. You will be expelled from the village to meet your fate and perhaps your death in a wild. So that's a bit harsh. She's not the cuddliest person. Captain Silene's somewhat like Hisui, in that they're both quite harsh. Yeah, I agree. No, she simply puts on a stern front to help keep us all safe. At any rate, I think it's time we turned in for the night, eh? It's a good thing that one can't fall out of the futons we sleep in here. I imagine our new friend has had enough falling for one day. And with that, I bid you both a good night. Yes, good night. A rift in the sky, people falling from it. The world is full of mysteries. Head to the survey corps quarters. You've been assigned, okay. I'm liking the music. It's very chilled vibe, very relaxed. This is a nice little quarters. I could do with a nap. Time for a story, maybe? Survey tips contain all sorts of useful information to help you carry out your survey work in the Hisui region. To read them at any time, simply press the up button, okay? So shall tell us to be forgotten. Diligent record keeping will save you from such fate. Save your progress, press the up button. There's also an autosave function you can use to have your progress saved automatically. You can enable or disable autosave by scrolling to the help screen in the menu, then selecting settings. Okay. I think we'll keep autosave on. Rest. Rest until tomorrow morning? Yes, definitely. Sounds like a plan. That doesn't sound too good. The next day. Good morning, Phoenix. Are you up? Quite some lightning last night, wasn't it? It was indeed. Today's the day of your trial, so let's give it our all. Go to the Galaxy Team headquarters to hear about your trial from Captain Silene. A nice fire-sunken hearth can help keep the entire room heated. Handy tips, but yeah, we've already seen this guy. It's a jug used to store drinking water. It has a lid and a top to keep from debris from falling in. Chest looks like you could store lots and lots of items in it. Awesome. Looks like a big enough chest. First time we actually get to what... Oh no, another cutscene. What lovely weather we've got. I hope you had a nice sleep, even if this land is strange and new to you. Let's get to headquarters. Captain Silene is waiting. Okay. As long as I can walk around a little bit, maybe have a little look. Hey, asking you shall receive. I wonder what style it would look. Okay. I'm loving the sky, loving the tones. This game looks great. Really, really does. Seems to be a lot of cutscenes at the beginning. The survey offices are here on the first floor. Don't give up, keep those eyes open. The wild Pokemon, they were everywhere, attacking from all sides. I sent out my partner Pokemon, but against the whole pack, outnumbered. This is what happens when you go so far afield, but the medical corps will put you to rights. A man's with the security corps, and even with his own partner, he took a beating from wild Pokemon. Without a partner Pokemon of your own, you might find this trial particularly trying. Captain Silene, Phoenix is here. You may enter. Let us get straight to it. If you wish to join the Galaxy Expedition team, prove yourself capable by going out into the Obsidian Fieldlands and catching 3 different species of Pokemon: Bidoof, Starly, and Shinx. Sounds easy enough. Catching 3 Pokemon from the start. No one in the Galaxy team has ever managed that. Are you being serious? Did this stranger not catch 3 different Pokemon only yesterday? Yes. My charge should be simple enough for him if the professor wasn't exaggerating things like this. He definitely wasn't. The Galaxy team does not have the means to provide for those who only take without giving. If you wish to stay, you must prove beyond any doubt that you'll be an asset to our case. I will lend you one of our survey corps satchels to carry whatever you may need in the field. Thanking you. That satchel doesn't exactly match your mode of dress. Akari, I'll expect you to step in if anything goes awry. The Galaxy team's entry trial. Activate guide. Okay, we'll activate that. Press the Y button while consulting the map on your ARC phone and you can check the tasks you have waiting. There are 2 types, missions and quests. Missions must be completed, progress in your adventure, while requests are optional and given by people you meet. So we've got main and side quests, okay. Pardon, Phoenix. Come with me a moment. Mr. Sockhead. Now then, a jolly good morning to everyone. Is something the matter, Professor Lavington? In order to complete our Pokédex and, well, simply survive in this unforgiving land, Phoenix absolutely must pass this trial. And Professor of Pokemon, I've got just the ticket to help. Didn't quite catch that. So we get to choose our very first Pokemon. Now, I am partial to Cyndaquil, being an older generation of Pokemon player. But I think that would be too obvious. I did choose Cyndaquil in our other series, so I'm going to go a little bit different. I feel like Rowlet would also be a popular one. Well, my boy, which Pokemon would you like to keep as your very own? This is quite a tricky one, because I quite like all 3 of them. I feel like a Rowlet could be cool to use. But are we gonna, surely we're gonna catch plenty of grass Pokemon early. Yeah, we'll go Oshawott because I don't think, generally speaking, you can't catch water Pokemon too early in the game, so it's always a safe bet to go for a water one. And we'll take Oshawott, yeah, so we will. And with that, one of the Pokemon you caught at Billard Beach will, for me, yeah, good shot. Took Oshawott back inside its Pokeball for you to take it. It's yours. Awesome. You received Oshawott. A word of advice, my boy. Pay close attention to which Pokeballs are empty and which ones contain Pokemon when you're out in the field. They look as if they're chewing on their friend Oshawott. Or perhaps they're jealous, I guess, to help you with your trial. Could be. No, well, it could be. They did go from dashing around the village when Phoenix fell out of the sky. They did go dashing from the village. Well, not to worry, you two. I'll have you assist me with my research for now. I can't quite speak. By the by, what species has Captain Sally charged you with catching? Well, that's smashing. All 3 of those species can be found in the Obsidian Fieldlands. Let me give you some Pokeball to use during your trial then. Does he give us like 50 again? Or can it be like some reason? Yeah, 20 is reasonable. A little bit more than I think we'll need. These Pokeballs may be handcrafted, but they work a treat, as you've already seen. You'll have this trial cleared in no time. I hope so, Lavington. I guess you're finally ready. You'll have to leave the village for your trial, turn left after you exit headquarters, then head for the gate. Got it. So can we finally... There we get to start an actual mission and explore a little bit. A little farm over there. What's happening here? Oh, what curious getup you have there. I can already tell you're quite the character. I'm Volo of the Ginkgo Guild, the go-to choice for any of your mercantile needs here in Hisui. I've heard talk about you. Fell from the sky, didn't you? Now that's certainly a tale I'd like to hear. Oh, and you've a Pokemon. You're certainly full of interesting surprises. Investigating the odd and novel is key to any good merchant's success, so what do you say? How about you and I see how our Pokemon stand up one another in battle? Yeah, sounds good. I like you better and better. What a delightful find. I've also heard about this trial you're to attempt. Let's have a quick battle to get your blood pumping before you head out. Though I hope you know you'll lose if your Pokemon's HP reaches 0. Challenged you to battle. Okay, let's get it. A Togepi, awesome. I love Togepi. I love this cinematic battle. There's like a Togepi's actually. Oh, okay, there's like a dynamic battle. I hope every battle is like this. Please tell me every battle is like this. I guess we continue just to use our tackle, considering we don't have much other choice. Not sure what seems pretty strong. Well, it seems like it should take this. And last one. Kapow. You defeated Togepi. I can actually move the camera around as well while and that's interesting. Moves, items, use them well, and the world will open up to you. And we leveled up, and a new move, awesome. We kind of needed one. It's always good fun to have your Pokemon do battle, don't you think? And they gain experience through battle, they'll learn more moves and grow even stronger. Pokemon sometimes learn new moves when they level up. If you want to change the moves your Pokemon can use in battle, open your satchel, choose the Pokemon you want, and select the change moves option. Okay. But so few people here have their own Pokemon. If only more knew how to use Pokeballs. At any rate, let me help our two battlers recover from their little exercise, okay? And to you, my Skyfallen friend, I present some potions, and thanks. Thank you very much. 5. You're very generous. A topical medicine meant to be applied to Pokemon. It can be used to restore 60 HP to a single Pokemon. 60 is normally 20 with potions, right? I'll be hoping that you're successful on that trial. More Galaxy team members and more customers for yours truly after all. Oh, so he's like a merchant. He's just like a wandering trader. That's really something. Not only can you catch Pokemon, you can lead them in battle. Now, to the Obsidian Fieldlands. Finally, when you're leaving Jubilife Village, make sure you choose a destination from your map and tell the guardsmen where you're going. That way, someone can come in to your aid if you're knocked out by a Pokemon. Your trial begins just a short way past. Okay. Your feeling's correct. I was informed you'd be passing through. Your trial will take place outside the safety of the village. Please take care to come back alive. This sounds very intense. Like, is this going to be like a very, very intense expedition? Like, is going outside really that? Surely the first one can't be too bad, right? This is our base camp, the last safe haven before you reach the wilds. For your trial, you must catch 3 species of Pokemon, Bidoof, Starly, and Shinx. Are you ready to get started? Oh, Professor, is something wrong? Ah, well, you see, Captain Silene got hold of me after you left. She impressed upon me that I bear full responsibility for whatever happens to our sudden guest. That's our unsparing captain, but what help exactly can you offer out here, Professor? To be honest, my dear girl, I don't intend to lift a finger. Phoenix's talents are the real deal. He'll pass with flying colours, you'll see. Ah, so the responsibility for him still lies, in fact, with me then. Well, I'm sure Phoenix will be fine. Let's begin the trial. Yep, let's begin. Catch a Bidoof, the first Pokemon species you need for your trial. This is Aspiration Hill. The species of Pokemon you're meant to catch all live here. So this is like our starter area, yeah. And along comes a Bidoof. Time to get ready to... Didn't quite catch that catch. The key is to aim carefully. Not that you seem to need my advice, I'm just sharing what I know. Hold down the ZL button to focus on a wild Pokemon and keep it in your sights. Yes, we've kind of done all this before. Bidoof has a mellow disposition. That means it tends not to run from people, so this will be easy. Okay, so they have different, almost natures. Should be similar to the 3 that we caught on the beach. I hope they're all not as easy as that. You caught a Bidoof. Well done. Time to find your next Pokemon. A Starly next, okay. There's the Starly. They're skittish little things. They'll run if startled. Okay, some more timid Pokemon just run off. But you should be able to get close to them. If you crouch, you'll be harder to spot. Okay, so there's an element of stealth. Press the B button to crouch and make it harder for wild Pokemon to notice you. Press the same button again to rise. If you keep in tall grass while crouched low, you'll be even harder for wild Pokemon to detect. So we've got to sneak with some of them, okay. I like a nice little mechanic, so he's aware. That's Starly caught as well. One more Pokemon to go. So I'm guessing it's like Shona. I'm guessing like there's going to be 3 dispositions. I forgot. There's something I ought to teach you since you're still new to this. Here's the proper way to throw your partner's Pokeball. As Captain Silene tells us, have an item at the ready but want to send out a Pokemon? Press X. Have a Pokemon at the ready and want to throw an item? Press X. Okay. Just press X. Makes sense. Try throwing your Pokemon's ball at rocks or trees like this one to have it investigate. If your Pokemon finds any berries or other items, it'll bring them to you. Okay. Now it's time for your partners to shine. We've reached our final hurdle, catching Shinx. Okay, so there's a scavenging element. I'm liking it. Pretty cool. And he gains experience from that. This looks huge. There, that's Shinx. The map looks really good, to be honest. Shinx has an aggressive disposition. Could you already tell that? More or less. He normally does. I thought you might. I can never tell until I focus on a Pokemon carefully. Once aggressive Pokemon get irate, they'll knock aside any Pokeball you throw at them. When you use the ZL button to focus on a Pokemon, you can see how easy it is to catch. The more arrows point above a Pokemon. Okay. Next icon will appear. You warned Pokemon displaying this icon cannot be caught unless you've engaged them in battle. Okay, so we do have indicators. Don't worry though. I'll teach you the trick to catching aggressive Pokemon. You've got to battle them. Once they're absorbed with battling, you can throw a Pokeball at them to try and catch them. By now you've got several Pokemon of your own, don't you? Take one of their Pokeballs and throw it near a wild Pokemon you want to battle. I've got no doubt you'll hold your own in battle. It's easy to start a battle against a wild Pokemon. Simply throw a Pokeball that contains one of your own Pokemon at it. If you can see that they currently have an item ready to throw, not a Pokemon, press the X button. Will allow you to toggle between your thrown items and your Pokemon team. Okay. We do have our Pokemon now. So we see an exclamation mark. We can aim. Okay. Not really the best matchup, but we'll try to tackle. Shinx obviously being a thunder type. Or electric type, whichever way you want to call it. We just get items, that'll do. I'm loving the way it battles. I'm loving the mechanic of it all. You approach those Pokemon without a hint of fear and caught each one. You're like a gift the sky dropped to us. With you at our side, I think the survey car has a real chance of compiling a complete Pokedex as we've been ordered. This is wonderful. I'm still curious why on earth you came falling from the sky like you did, but for now, let's tell the professor we're ready to head back. Yeah, I'm kind of done with all the tutorials. I'd like to just play now. It's very, very long and dragged out, but I guess. Aha, I said you'd pass the trial with flying colours, and it seems you went on and did just that. Congratulations, Phoenix. You've taken your first step towards seeking out every Pokemon. This calls for a commemorative photograph. With skills like yours, I suppose this was a foregone conclusion. Now then, we'd best report to Captain Silene. Let's go. So that was like our tutorial mission. So we'll probably have a little chat and then we can just explore, right? We've had several chats. In time, you'll be able to send Pokemon you've caught to live in a village pasture. You can bring up to 6 Pokemon with you into the field in theory. Though we've never had anyone skilled enough to do so. Interesting. Come now, you two. Let's not dilly-dally. Captain Silene awaits our report at the headquarters. I bet Captain Silene will be very pleased. Now we'll just go get that done. Let's try and get this out of the way. Yeah, I guess it kind of needs to do all the tutorial things just to make sure you know everything, but I kind of just want to go already. It seems we won't have to leave you to die after all. That's good news. Congratulations, you passed your trial. You can hold on to that satchel. Oh, thank you. I must admit you've impressed me. I set a high hurdle to judge whether a stranger like yourself could be worthy. You cleared it. This is yours, the official uniform of the Survey Corps. Well, it wasn't too high of a hurdle. I mean, if that's your expectations, we should have an easy time out here, to be honest. Get changed in the room you used last night, then you are to report at once to the 3rd floor. Present yourself in uniform to our commander. This is your first official order from your captain. Ah, okay, so she's not the boss, there's somebody else. So I guess we just go get changed into our uniform. Yes, please. Survey car sandals. Okay, so we get some footwear. Oh, right. This is a cool little menu. Survey car uniform. That's the one. That looks pretty awesome, to be fair. But what are those? Sandals are different. I'm going to change our eyes to a brown, please. Yep. Yeah, them shoes are different. You've changed into your survey car uniform. Looks how well our survey car uniform suits you. It's almost as if the captain had it tailored just for you. I see you've changed. Regarding your accommodations, you may continue to use the room you slept in last night. I like that room, to be honest. You may wear this as well. Oh, there we go. It wouldn't be a Pokemon game without a cap. Now, present yourself to the commander. Yes, ma'am. I guess this guy's the big boss. They are some serious sideburns. I'm Commodore, but Commodore. We'll say Commodore. So you are Phoenix, yes sir. I've been briefed on your situation, including how you fell from the rift in the sky. Now then, let's see what you're made of. Face me in combat. Should I just throw him, charge at him? I guess we'll throw him. Yeah. Interesting. You've got some fight in you. I assume one needs work, but I do see some potential. Don't expect a warm welcome from everyone. Naturally, some will be slow to trust an outsider who literally fell right out of the blue. The superstitious among us might see your arrival as a potential, but you passed the trial that was put to you. No matter how odd you may seem, you're part of Jubilife Village now, okay? Dedicate yourself to the work of the Galaxy Expedition team and complete the Pokédex. But I warn you, Phoenix. Pokemon are terrifying creatures. Keep your wits about you as you work. Okay, so surely we get to explore a bit now. Seems like we've done this sort of tutorial mission in a way. So the commander has also accepted you. But understand this, you begin as a no-star recruit among our ranks. In other words, you have no rank at all. Okay. Perform well as a member of the server court and you will move up through the ranks. Sounds easy enough? Indeed, you see, the more you add to the Pokédex, the higher your rank will become. And working on the Pokédex will also, of course, bring you closer toward that goal of yours, to seek out every last Pokemon. So they're really emphasizing catching them all. Here, you'll need this. You obtained a recipe for crafting Pokeballs. A recipe for crafting Pokeballs. Required materials: 1 Apricorn and 1 Tumblestone. And $3,000 as well. You'll have to buy the necessary materials. Okay, you're an expert at crafting yourself. Teach our new recruit what he needs to know. Of course, Captain Talene. Now, as the experienced craftsperson here, let me explain a bit about crafting. Crafting means making the items with your own 2 hands. You can buy some items at the general store, but self-sufficiency is worth striving for. You can even make our most valuable tools, Pokeballs, I think would be. Let's head to the craftworks, okay. So still another tutorial it looks like. But surely this must be the last thing before we can head out, right? So I guess it makes sense that they cover crafting with it being a new mechanic. My name is Ant, I'm the local clothier, okay? The professor asked that I ready you a change of clothes, so here you go, thank you. Is it Anthony? Everyday kimono, okay? I hope you'll avail yourself of the villagers. Okay, come on. Let's just play, please. This way to the craftworks, Phoenix. You can use the workbench here at the craftworks anytime you need to make an item in the village. Okay. And I'll supply what you need to make your first Pokeballs once you're ready to begin. Call it my way of saying congratulations on joining us. Just spend the money you got from the captain on clothes or whatever you think is best. Go up to the workbench and choose an item to craft, in this case, a Pokeball. You can use the workbenches in Jubilife Village and the base camps to craft Pokeballs and other items. Crafting items require a recipe and the necessary materials. Okay, straightforward. you notice there's a base camps there? So I'm guessing those are like our checkpoints. Ooh. Create 13 because I've already got 7 in the bag. 17, sorry. It gives us 30. Should be more than enough. We don't use all of our resources up at once. Aha, now that's some fine craftsmanship. Hard to believe that it was your first time stepping up to the workbench, my boy. You'll recall, of course, the Pokemon possesses an odd power to shrink themselves down. With the Pokeballs we craft, we can make use of the power to catch them. Some most Pokemon species duly recorded in the Pokedex. On that note, here you are. Here we get our Pokedex now. Nice. A volume for compiling the collected results of much Pokemon research. Professor Laventon continually adds to it with each report. Yep. Oh, so it's like a little book. I like that rather than it being an electronic one. It makes sense. I wondered how they're going to do that, to be fair. So we've got our tasks on the part of data. Okay. I hope it aids you well in your aim to seek out all Pokemon. Okay. Research tasks to help Professor fill out the Pokedex. The same goes for me, of course. I've also got Pokemon to research as a Survey Com member. I'll be happy to explain more about research tasks I could use your assistance with. Come join me at the Fieldlands camp whenever you are ready. Getting to work on research tasks. Okay, so this will be our chance to finally explore a little bit by the sounds of it. Hey, excuse me, I couldn't help but overhear. If you go to the Fieldlands camp, would you mind taking care of a request for me? I'm a standing guard, so I can't leave my post, but I'll be here at the headquarters if you want to talk about it. People who have something to ask you will have a request icon displayed above them if you fulfill their requests. So we do have side quests. It's one of the side quests. Pokemon called Wurmple, have you heard of it? Yes, indeed. Well, you see, having a little chat with Professor Laventon, and he told me that after a Pokemon gains a certain amount of experience against battling the lake, it will sometimes change its appearance and become stronger. He said it was a phenomenon called evolution. Some Pokemon can undergo evolution, which changes their appearance and stats. If one of your Pokemon has met the requirements to evolve, you'll be able to select the evolve option when viewing the Pokemon in search of. So we have to select to evolve? Raise a Wurmple myself and have it evolve, okay? If you catch a Wurmple, could you let me have it? There'll be a reward in it for you, I promise. Just get me a Wurmple if you can. Okay, shouldn't be too much hassle. Definitely keep an eye out for it. Oh, okay, so there's another one there. So we've got 3, it looks like, 3 little requests. What's this lady want? Are you heading outside the village? Of course you are. The survey car must have to get out and about to compile that Pokedex. All about Starly. So this lady's going to want a Starly, okay? So you feel simply whole, not that I have the least of desire to actually touch one, mind you. Please let me see Starly's entry in that Pokedex. Okay, so we've just got to fill in the entry in the Pokedex for this lady. Even easier. And we'll head over and see what this man wants. Those ears. Okay, he wants something about ears. I know Shinx's ear had odd markings on the insides. I can't remember. This will keep me up all night. Hey, aren't you with the survey car? If you catch a Shinx, could you show it to me? I've got to see one with my own eyes. So it's looking like we've got to catch 3 other Pokemon here. We've got, obviously, Starly, Shinx, and Wurmple. And similar to the tutorial mission, but this time we bring them back and we actually get something for doing it, which is nice. Well, we've already caught one, but it doesn't matter. We'll get going and we'll end this episode here. Before we do get into it, we'll call this like a tutorial episode, if you like. But yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys, and I hope to see you in the next one.